I'm just saying, like, just keeping our eyes open, because my goal is definitely to travel. I want to travel. I want to travel. I mean, is it something that I have to get into right now, in the moment, right now? Look, I'm willing to wait. I'm willing to be patient, you know, but I'm willing, but I also want to have something lined up that I know, like, yes, I will make this happen. I can make this happen. I know, really, if anything, if we got to make it happen, just be like, let's push the button on it. Let's go. We going to do that. And really, really, I was thinking Colombia. Like Colombia, Peru, Republica Dominicana, Brazil. I mean Brazil, yeah. At the same time, I really want to explore. I really want to explore. Really, I'm not really looking to stay somewhere like permanently. I want to explore. So I really want to explore South America though. Like really, like that's my first type before, because we gotta go to Vietnam. Everybody going to Vietnam, Vietnam or Korea, Seoul, Korea, South Korea, Seoul, South Korea, or Japan. What else? It's a couple other countries. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Thailand. A lot of people be going to Thailand. A lot of people be going to Thailand. So I know, like, it's a couple spots that I definitely want to go and explore for sure, for sure. But South America, like these countries, like I'm gonna just name them off again. So really, Republica Dominicana, Republica Dominicana. I told myself, like, I'm gonna have to repeat it. I'm gonna have to stay. I'm gonna keep repeating it, because if I fuck with Republica Dominicana, I gotta see what's up with Haiti. I gotta check out Haiti. I gotta experience Haiti. I have to experience Haiti. You know, I'm not if I'm gonna show respect to the whole island. No divide. No divide. I'm gonna fuck with Republica Dominicana first, and then we gonna see what's up in Haiti. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel. That's how I feel. You know, no divide. No divide. You know, so yeah, Republica Dominicana and Haley. Hispaniola, that's the name of the island, right? That's what Christopher Columbus named it. Hispaniola. Okay. Then Colombia. Now Colombia, I remember like when I first got into the travel space and started like really tuning into travel content, different creators. I mean, you come across a lot of stories. You come across a lot of stories when it comes to Colombia, you know what I mean? But more so like I mean first of all, no matter where you go in the world, like even if you in Thailand, it don't matter. You gotta keep your head on a swivel no matter where you at. You know, no matter where you at, you have to be vigilant. You have to be watching out. You have to be keeping a discernment of energies and just behavior and people. You know what I mean? Expect the unexpected. You know, so I'm gonna just say that, like, no matter where you go, you know, you have to keep yourself safe, but more, sometimes in other countries you have to raise it up a notch. Like you might be, Thailand, you might be, what I'm saying, a yellow level, or a light yellow, a light yellow level, you know what I'm saying? You ain't never, what I'm saying, it ain't type of environment where like you gotta be paranoid. Place like Colombia, you know, you go to Cali or Medellin, it's gonna be a lot more like it's gonna be faster. It's gonna be faster. It's gonna be faster. You know what I'm saying? Bogota, because I done seen some videos. I done seen some videos in like Colombia. We just talking about Colombia right now because I don't want to demonize the people or, what I'm saying, talk about something that I really don't know what I'm, what I'm saying, really talking about. I'm just, you know, just based off my own personal research, videos that I watched, just looking into the country, even reading a few articles, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say I'm 100% an expert on, what goes on in a country. I'm just saying, like, okay, if I was to go to Cali, Colombia, the way that I have to carry myself would be like, all this is foreign land to me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gringo. I'm gringo. So I go to Cali, Colombia, my awareness level have to be like flipped to like a orange. And that's why I'm rocking orange. My awareness would have to be flipped to an orange and automatically like sensing red, where not to where like I'm just a paranoid individual, but like, at the end of the day, I'm gringo. I'm gringo, man. You go to Republic Dominicana, you gonna be gringo, cause I'm gonna be gringo. I'm gonna be gringo. I'm gonna be gringo. That's what it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? You can't get past that. But, I wanna travel throughout South America though, starting with, what I'm saying, I said Haiti. I said Haiti and Republica Dominicana, but really starting with Colombia, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Colombia, like Medellin, Cali, Bogota, uh, Cartagena, cause those the first one, and I'm pretty sure there's other spots in Colombia. Like I ain't even gotta hit those spots up, cause I know those like probably main attractions, but I know it's it's we gonna hop into some more research. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do some follow up research. You know, I'm just talking about how I want to travel through South America. I want to travel through South America. At least see some countries, different cities. Venezuela. I feel like you go to Colombia. I haven't really tapped into Venezuela at all. But I feel like Venezuela is like, if you tap in with Colombia, you have to tap in with Venezuela. That's like, they like cousins. They like, what I'm saying? They like cousins for real. I said Peru. Peru definitely on my list. Peru definitely on my list. Peru, Ecuador. We gonna have to do some research on Ecuador. And yeah, that's really it. To be honest, do I want to go to Paraguay or Chile? Oh, Santiago. Okay, we might have to go here, Chile. Where is this at? Yeah, we might have to go Santiago to Chile. Nah. That's definitely on the list. Santiago, really. Look, any city in South America that has Santiago, any city in South America that has Santiago, whatever, Santiago de Chile, Santiago de, I know it's a Santiago in the DR or RD. Let me see. I know it's Santiago de los Gal, Caballeros. Caballeros. We gotta hit that up. You know what I'm saying? We get see what's up. You know what I mean? Jamaica. First of all, we definitely gotta go to Jamaica. Santiago de Cuba. Oh yeah, we going to Cuba too. Havana, Unana. I lost my heart in Havana, Unana. We definitely gotta go to Cuba. I know they going through a lot right now though. I know they going through a lot right now. They going through blackouts right now. Definitely Puerto Rico too. You know, Puerto Rico, shout out to Puerto Rico. You know, they don't get the love. Puerto Rico do not get the love that they deserve, man. Shout out to Puerto Rico. For real. Shout out to all the Puerto Ricans. Shout out to Puerto Rico. Shout out to all the Puerto Ricans, for real. Like, and they don't get the love that they deserve. You know what I mean? That's American territory. And you know how this country is. You know what I'm saying? You know the the people that, you know what I mean, that's in charge of the resources, and you know what I mean, making the plays. You know what I'm saying? They done, you know what I'm saying? Look, of course they not gonna treat the people of the land like accordingly the way they, you know what I'm saying? And then at the end of the day, they don't give a two fucks about the land, you know, unless they building some type of a luxury vacation spot resort or something, you know. But you know, what do you call them? Anglo-Saxons. The Anglo-Saxons, you know, they time running out to be the face of a nation. To be the face of a nation, they time is running out. That's all I'm gonna say. Cause they done did too much dirt. You know what I mean? They done did too much dirt. They done did too much dirt in the world. Man, you can't get away with it. You cannot get away with it. You cannot get away with it. You cannot get away with it. That's not how the world works. That's not how this realm works. You know what I'm saying? That's not how it works. They time coming. So, you know what I mean? Like, I just want to say shout out to all Puerto Ricans and shout out to the Puerto Rican island, you know, and, you know, I definitely want to, you know what I'm saying, visit one day, you know, if it makes sense. No, we gonna make it happen, you know what I'm saying? Turks and Caicos, yeah. Yeah, I definitely want to do a lot of traveling throughout, like, you know what I'm saying, just the islands, and really, you know, um, Panama, Colombia, Venezuela, Peru. Um, yeah, I really want to, you know what I'm saying, tap in with that's why, you know, that's why this is a language learning channel ultimately, because, you know, I feel like it's inevitable for, you know, a lot of people from, you know what I mean, South America to Central America, even though it was a mass deportation with ICE and everything. I think that was going to happen anyway. I'm not even into politics, you know what I mean, but I I kind of, honestly, it's really not no surprise that that happened like that, you know. Um I'm not really surprised that that happened. Um but